and welcome to another very special episode of Curse of Strahd, brought to you by Roll Call. We have with us, yet again, our lovely player down below, the one, the only, the famous Nola Dodd. And, of course, I will be your resident game master for the evening. And I love these sessions. There's something to look forward to, and to anyone that stops by, thanks for hanging out with us instead of watching the Super Bowl. And if, this VOD goes up in the future, we can facepalm about how questionable an idea this was. But,
right.
Hey, I would rather be playing D&D than watching football, but I'm weird. And apparently she's weird too, so.
Yeah.
We'll be weird together.
Great.
And have a great time. So, Nola, are you ready?
I am so ready.
Then let's not waste any more time. Welcome back to Barovia. When last we left off, our heroine, along with her two compatriots, Ismark and Irina, were making their way through the open valley of the corrupt land of Barovia. After traveling for days, making their way through thick forests, being attacked by bandits, ghosts, they finally made their way to the home stretch of their destination, the supposed fortified town of Vallaki. The sun began to set on the home stretch, and being so close to the town, they decided to continue onward in the darkness. On the road, they were attacked by a pack of ravenous wolves in a nearly fatal encounter. Serena, barely managing to fend off the beasts, helped Ismark and Irina make their way to a safe location to rest, where they all recounted stories and took a moment to remember what all this was worth, the joy and the happiness in their life, and how things may seem dark now, but there is good. In the distance they saw flickering torchlight, signs of civilization. The battered and bruised party made their way down the road quickly, still hearing the sounds of faint howling in the distance. And as the old Svalich road meandered through the valley, watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and south, the woods receded, revealing a sudden mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog pressed up against the walls, as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road ended at the set of sturdy iron gates, with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates were a half-dozen pikes, with wolves' heads impaled on them. They quickly made their way to the gates and implored the two shadowy figures, who ended up being the local guard, to let them in and give them sanctuary from the horrors outside. The guards let them in, and as they crossed the threshold of the iron gates, a feeling of satisfaction and safety came over them, knowing that they were now surrounded by sturdy walls, though Ismark and Irina were still badly hurt. The guard gave them a recommendation of a place to stay, a local inn by the name of the Blue Water Inn at the far side of town. So, they made their way, being told to follow the main road and keep an eye on the right side, being told that they couldn't miss it. The town seemed significantly more secure and less gloomy at first. But the townsfolk seemed to have something else hidden behind their hollow smiles. And as you make your way through this town, Serena, there's something nagging at the back of your head. You can't quite put your finger on it. Make an insight check for me.
Insight? 21.
You look around, and this town does not seem dilapidated. It seems well-structured. The foundation is solid. The ground beneath your feet is paved and well-maintained. This town appears to be a normal village. But as you make your way through the streets, things don't seem normal. Like if you peeled back just a little bit of that surface level appearance, you would find something darker. You have a bad feeling. And you continue your way through the main road of the town. And eventually, as the guard promised, you see the site of the inn. Gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large 2-story wooden building with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall, and you would assume this to be the Blue Water Inn. So, as you stand with a very battered and bruised Irina and Ismark, now seeing a brightly colored inn in front of you, the story is now yours.
Despite, this uneasy feeling that she has about this town, both her and, she can sense that the others, they all just need some rest right now. And if this place can offer that for the night, then that's all they need. They can worry about everything else tomorrow. So, Serena, she's just going to walk in.
Okay. Ismark and Irina are both panting heavily behind you, limping and supporting each other. And you make your way to the interior of the inn. It is a nice place.
What? There's cobwebs everywhere, and there's a bear inside.
So, you make your way to the ground floor, like through the main entrance of the inn, and damp cloaks hang from pegs in the entrance on the portico. The tavern is packed with tables and chairs, with narrow paths meandering between them. A bar stretches along the wall, under a balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hugs the northern wall. Another balcony overhangs the entrance to the east. All the windows are fitted with thick shutters and crossbars. Lanterns are hanging above the bar and resting on the tables, bathing the room in a dull orange light, and cast shadows upon the walls, most of which are adorned with wolf's heads mounted on wooden plaques. And as you enter through the double doors, the tavern is full of patrons. 5 of them, going about their business, and they have an aroma of like seriousness that you've seen on every local, but there's no fear here. Just a general sense of, I guess, disdain, a slight tinge of depression, but not fear. And you are greeted by the local innkeep, a tall man with a large graying beard and a well-kept head of hair in purple and green garb that greets you with a raised eyebrow. Oh, well, welcome to the Blue Water Inn. Can I get you, an ale? Anything?
Honestly, all myself and my friends need is a place to rest.
So a room, then?
Yes.
Wonderful. That'll be 2 electrum pieces per night.
Let's see.
My bad. So electrum pieces is 1 electrum piece is worth half a gold, also known as 5 silver.
Okay, she's not even gonna negotiate. She'll just, take out 5 silver.
Perfect. One moment.
He goes and he gets a key from off the wall. Takes the silver pieces.
Will you be needing any accommodations? Food? Drink?
And she kind of looks at Ismark and Irina.
I honestly just want to go to bed.
I think we can worry about food in the morning. Thank you.
right. Well, up the stairs. First door on the right.
All right, thank you. And she takes the key and she goes. And also, you know, they had the good berries, so they're technically not hungry.
Yes.
It's just they're more like tired and injured.
Oh, my right, your left. When you go up the stairs, it's actually on your left. My bad. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, my right.
right. Thank you. And she finds the room, I guess.
Yeah. So,
She opens the door.
yeah, you go up the stairs. He motions you to the outside where there is a staircase. So you need to loop back around from the outside, and then you can kind of see it in the picture. You see like there's a stairway on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's on the second floor.
Yeah. So
Got
he
it.
motions you outside. You go outside the double doors, make your way up the stairs, and you jingle the key ring into the first room on your left. And it opens up to reveal a bedroom. 2 cozy beds with matching footlockers rest in the far corners of the 15-foot square room. Wolf furs are heaped atop each bed. Between the 2 beds, a lamp sits under a table of a shuttered window. 2 black, tall wardrobes stand against the wall by the door. It's cozy. Actually, it's kind of warm.
Perfect. Thank you. I think that'll be all we need for right now.
Right.
We're exhausted.
All right, well, if you need any food or drink, come down to the bar. We'll try to whip something up for you.
All right, thank you.
I don't know if it's apparent. You don't seem to be from around these parts, but we get a lot of fresh wolf meat these days, so I don't know if that's your fancy. Can't beat it.
I can't say I've ever tried it, but I suppose we can worry about that later.
Right. Well, night. If I don't see you.
Good night.
And he makes his way down the stairs. Irina hobbles over to one of the beds and just face plants. And Ismark takes off his sword from his side, leans it up against the wall, and just collapses on the wall that's facing the interior of the hallway. And they both lights out.
Man, and she kind of just looks at them, and they're like bloody and exhausted, and like she has this like huge tinge of guilt because, you know, in order to get them out of that situation, she had to hurt them, and she just sort of sighs like, you know what, it's over. At least we're safe for the moment. And she obviously does her like musical like ritual every night, like her song of rest before going to bed. And then she gets ready for sleep, and then she like passes out as well.
All right, well, mark yourself a long rest and get all your stuff back.
Yay!
As you all spend the night in the well-fortified town of Vallaki, in the comfort of a nice soft bed. You awake the next morning, feeling better than you ever have since you've been here. It was not too noticeable because you were so tired, but when you wake up and you take a look and you just are not covered in thick fog and mist and rolling around in mud, that this bed isn't made from hay, it's made from nice cushions, you have feather pillows. This establishment has what you would consider to be standard accommodations, but has since reevaluated what that means in this land.
Exactly.
And Irina and Ismark are still both fast asleep.
And then she like, you know, stretches and, gets ready for the morning and stuff. And then if they're still not awake, you said there was a window in the room?
There is a window, yeah, facing out toward the road where you came from. A shuttered window, so you can block it and bolt it, should you so choose.
I assume it's closed right now.
I think if it were open, you'd be getting a very cold breeze and would have closed. So
right, and also we would be getting like direct sunlight or something like that. So I think what she'll do...
I assumed that you locked up before you went to bed. With your current circumstance.
Actually, you know what? I was gonna have her look out the window, but she doesn't want to wake the other two. So, she's actually just going to, get herself ready and then actually, walk out the door to do a little exploring, just to check the place out.
Okay. You walk out the door trying to be conscious of the sleeping roommates that you have. And unbolting the door, you go outside. And what would you like to do?
She'll go back down to the bar.
All right. You head back down the stairs, loop back around on the double doors. Attending the bar is a woman this time, of similar graying hair, but a much more dulled green garb with fine, elegant gloves, over which is a plain ring on her right ring finger, with a silver medallion drenching down to her chest. And she looks up at you and is like, "Oh yes, I was told about you. Please come in. Can I get you some water?"
That would be lovely. Thank you.
She fills up a thing of water and slides it and puts it on the bar.
And, she's going to take a big gulp, like.
And as you step inside, there different people. So make an intelligence check for me real quick. Just straight
Just
intelligence.
regular intelligence?
Just intelligence.
Okay. Wow. I'm rolling okay right now.
One of the patrons here
20.
Appears to be someone that you saw in passing. You weren't really quite paying attention, but just, cursory glances. You remember this figure just from the brief instance that you stepped in the bar last night. And he appears to be there. Different place. But other than that, just seems like new rotation of people. But judging by the atmosphere, this place seems to be a pretty well-known spot.
So, this is Vallaki.
Oh, yes, you're new here, right?
Yes. In more ways than one.
I can tell. Yeah, this is Vallaki. What brings you around these parts?
Well, I wanted to help my friends get to Vallaki. You see, we all traveled from Barovia.
Oh, the village to the west, to the east, southeast.
To the east, west, south. Yes.
Southeast. Near the castle.
North as well. I might as well.
Near the castle. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't get out much. This business keeps me busy.
Well, that's wonderful. You guys seem to be doing well. This place was very nice, actually, compared to what we've had to deal with for a while.
I can assure you, days on the road, there's nothing quite like a warm bed.
Mm-hmm.
You said you brought friends. My husband kind of referenced that you brought friends. Are they going to be down shortly? Should I prepare some breakfast or something of the sort?
Sure. I'm sure they would love that.
All right. For three, right? He said there were three of you? Three?
Yes. There's three of us total.
Right. That'll be, we'll call it, cause you seem, like you need it. it'll be 2 silver for the lot.
See, 2 silver. All right. That seems fair.
Right.
Thank you. Really.
All right. We'll get that started. Hey, lads. 3 breakfasts, please. And don't skimp on the meat. And you hear a little voice coming from the back. Yeah, sure, Mom. I got it. Well, take a seat, take a load off. If you need anything else.
Well, thank you very much. I actually saw did you all have a festival or something?
Oh.
When I was entering the town, I saw like banners and such.
Oh, right. Yeah, we have a festival going on every week here. It's kind of a thing. The Baron loves his festivities.
Oh, every week?
Every
But are you all celebrating every week?
bloody week. Well... Celebrating celebration, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Wait, your Baron hosts a festival every week for fun?
For fun. For... Well, it ain't fun. It's kind of annoying, actually. I don't know if you've ever attended a festival, but if you have one every week, it kind of loses its pizzazz. Last one was
I can imagine.
the Wolf Head Jamboree.
Uh-huh. I certainly noticed the wolf heads around.
Yeah, working on getting them down. You smell kind of getting a little much.
Right.
But the Baron thinks that the jovial activities will keep the devil away from the town.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, who's to say whether or not it works or not? I, for one, think he's a little loony. The next one's the Festival with the Blazing Sun. Supposedly to go on 3 days from now, but... You know, preparing a festival every week, there could be delays. If you're interested in seeing what that's all about. I don't know how long you're going to be in town. How long are you going to be in town? How long do you need the rooms for?
Oh, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. I suppose we'll let you know a little later. I'll speak to the others when they wake up.
No problem, no problem. Yeah, well, I guess, what otherwise, are you planning on sticking around? I mean, I know that you just arrived or anything, but I guess you're new in town. I've got some words of advice for you. Don't badmouth the Baron, lest you want to end up in the stockade. He's a little self-conscious.
Oh, I see. What did you name? I'm sorry. What did you say his name was?
Oh, the Baron. Oh, I didn't. I just been calling him the Baron. His official title is Baron Vargas Villakovich.
Vargas or Vargas?
Vargas with a V.
Okay, Vargas.
Vallakovich. Vallakovich.
Vargas Vallakovich. Got it. Okay. All right. I'll be sure to keep that in mind. Well, I mean, I don't know if I would enjoy having a festival every single week. But I do love a good party. A lot of my friends have me perform at their parties. So
you're a performer.
Yes. I have my violin, and she takes her violin out of she has kind of almost like a sling that she puts her violin in, so that's easy to put back and take out. And she reveals this very intricately designed violin to the bartender.
Well, that's really something. Can you play?
Oh, well, of course. Why would I have this if I couldn't play?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen people carry around lutes and the like just for show. Just for the look.
Well, it does. I mean, I think it looks very nice, but
It does. Hey, can I actually have a request?
Sure.
You know, I haven't heard any good proper music in a while. Could you play me something? I'll include the breakfast on the house if you can play me something nice.
Sure. I'll play as much as you'd like. Let's see. And she tunes her violin and makes sure it's working properly. And she goes ahead and begins playing one of her songs.
Make a performance check.
17.
Not your best work. It's been a while. You've mostly been relying on your magics. It's taken a long time for you to acclimate to, your current surroundings. You're still sore everywhere, and you're very hungry. So, not the best state of mind, but you managed to come through.
Although, I mean, for Serena, 17's bad. For everybody else, 17's good.
Yeah. It's not your best. But you finish, and she claps, and you, in the middle of your performance, you see a child come out from the back, and just kind of peeks around the corner, looking at you every once in a while. The bar, the people that are in the inn right now, all look towards you, and you grab a little bit of attention. And as you strike the last note, the inn lets out light applause, and you see just all around you smiles. That was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And she gives some little bows to everyone in the bar.
Mm-hmm. And she gives you 7 silver pieces. A little bit more for your trouble. That's really something. I miss seeing smiles.
Well, anything I can do to help.
Yeah. And at this point, you hear a little mumbling from a man sitting at the far side of the bar. Anything you can do to help, eh? And you look to the side to see a man sitting at the bar with a nice bright hat atop his head and some worn but still functioning, not completely torn apart, carnival-like clothing. His socks aren't matching. He has one cufflink but not the other. Oh, his
socks aren't matching. Oh, he's a psychopath. We gotta avoid him. Oh, no.
But he comes off as just a fairly put together person. I am a fan of good performances. Where did you study? I can tell that you know how to play that thing correctly.
Oh, well, I did go to school, but for the most part, my grandmother taught me.
Perfect. Love the family dynamics. Where I am from, it is not uncommon to be taught an instrument from your parents as well.
Well, my grandmother is a famous bard where I'm from. So,
Where are you from?
yeah. Oh, I'm not from around here.
Well, neither
I come
am I.
from a land. Oh, um, well, I'm from a land called Ramel.
Rommel. Can't say I'm familiar. I'm sorry. And here I thought that I would be the exception to the rule.
It's okay. As far as I can tell, I'm the stranger of this land. I don't expect people to know where Ramel is, but where are you from?
I completely understand. I am a circus master from a faraway land. Much like you, I assume that if I have not heard where you're from, you probably have not heard where I am from. But, you know, I've been wrong before. Kravik? Small town, outskirts of... There's no way in hell you know where I'm from.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know where that is.
It is fine. It is expected. No worries. And I can see from your features, and she kind of subtly scratches his beard as he says that you probably have traveled very far to get here. Have you been acquainted with this land's master?
Unfortunately, yes.
Interesting. He gets up from the far end of the bar and walks over and takes a seat next to you.
Where are my manners? Hello. My name is Rictavio. And you are?
Oh, Serena.
Serena.
What was his name again?
Rictavio. Rictavio.
Wait, Tarvo. Rick. I'm just calling it Rick Tarvo.
Yes,
Okay, that's
Rick
his name.
Dash Tarvo.
Oh, that's like both his first name? It's like a hyphen? Or if it...
No. I was
That's
just...
his first as last.
Yeah, no. His name is Rictavio.
His name's Ricky. Okay,
No,
great.
no. His name is Rictavio. Perfect.
So, what have you heard? I am a little bit, as I'm sure you can imagine, I'm not from here and I'm trying to figure out what he wants, who he is. Any information that you could give me would be very helpful in my journey.
And then normally this is the point where she would just spill all of her information like, oh, great, I'll just tell you everything. But then she's slowly starting to be like, wait a minute. I can't trust everybody. And so she's like, I'm sorry. It's just lately, it's been difficult to speak with people in a open manner.
Oh, I hear you. I understand. I am actually, an entertainer myself. I have no musical talent like you, but I do love to tell stories. As you can attest, my lovely barkeep, it's true. He's been staying here a while and he does have some nice stories. And I gather these stories by means of information. I understand it is hard to trust, but if you are not willing to talk about the lord of these parts, perhaps maybe the Vistani, or maybe the were-ravens?
Why do you want to know these things?
I am a storyteller, and I seem to be trapped here. So, call it personal fascination.
Wait, Are you not from this land?
No, I hail from Kravich. It's... yeah, no, I am not
You're not from the land of Barovia.
No, cannot say that.
I'm not either.
I figured.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought. Never mind. Okay. Well.
I mean, that's hence why I understand. I've been here a while, but you know, I assume we have been through very similar situations. I know any notions to your tattered and torn and muddied clothes. I know the look.
Well, I assume Serena would have cleaned herself up.
Yeah, there's no baths or anything. Like you have like your own personal water, but with the slashes.
She also has prestidigitation.
Yeah, you've got the prestidigitation and you've got mending. Do you have mending?
Do I have mending? No, I don't.
Okay, so you don't look muddy. Your clothes are torn.
Right. Lovely.
Yeah.
But anyway, she says, okay, so if you were brought to this land as well, have you not met Lord Strahd?
I have not. Cannot say that I have.
Weird. Why? I mean, he's probably the one that brought you here. So why would he not want to talk to you?
Is he the one that brought me here? I am unfamiliar with this. I just kind of wandered here.
You just walked here.
Well, I mean, fog, and then I was here.
That's how I got here.
Interesting, and he takes out a little thing and starts writing down.
I just remember I was just walking along and I was heading home. And all of a sudden a gray fog appeared and then I was transported to this land. And then I couldn't go back.
Very interesting.
I tried to walk through the fog again and I couldn't.
Fascinating.
And then I kept going and I found a village and I met some people and then eventually I met Lord Strahd.
What do you know about him? What have you learned?
Well, and she kind of is like looking around like
Make a perception check.
Perception. Here we go. 8. There's the low roll. I was waiting for it.
You take a cursory glance around. It's kind of hard to tell who's listening and who isn't.
All right, she'll just keep her voice a little bit on the quieter side. Because she's like, well, Lord Strahd is like this.
Yeah.
So she'll just be a little bit on the quieter side.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll say, okay, so as far as I understand, Lord Strahd, he rules this land, and he's I think he's a vampire.
I have gathered as much, yes.
Okay. And he seems obsessed over this girl. Her name is Irina. And I'm not sure why exactly. Like not the exact reason, but he really likes this girl. And then he also enjoys torturing people for fun.
Sounds like a perfectly healthy, normal person.
Right. The kind of person that you would want ruling your country.
Yes. Obsessed with a singular person and enjoys torturing for fun. And what of the Vallaki and the were-ravens?
Were-ravens?
So that is new to you. You know nothing about them.
I know of their existence, but I don't know anything about them.
And of the Vallaki?
I just arrived in this town. All I know is that apparently they celebrate something new every week.
And
And apparently their Baron doesn't like anybody talking bad about him.
Yeah. And the Vistani.
Okay. So as far as I can tell, I think some of the Vistani serve Strahd, some don't for some reason. I don't know why. It's hard to tell. One tried to kill me. No, actually 3 tried to kill me.
Huh. Interesting.
But then one also helped me. No, actually 2 actually helped me. I don't know. They're kind of a mixed bunch, honestly.
Have you talked to the Vistani near the village, near here, to the south?
In their encampment?
There is an encampment just outside of town. You have
What do you mean just outside? Yeah, are we talking like a day? Are we talking like 2 days, 3 days?
We are talking a matter of minutes to walk.
Oh, well then no.
No introductions. Perfect. Well, should you learn anything of the Vistani or the were-ravens, let me know. I tell stories here twice a day. You will find me here most mornings and evenings.
All right.
And what if I try to find you? Are you staying? How long? I suppose I've been listening. You don't know how long you are going to be here.
Right.
All right. Well, you've given me information. Suppose I should return the favor. You've already heard about the Baron from our lovely hostess, right? And she's at all this time she's just cleaning things. The people here are not well. I mean, the people here are well, I should say. The Baron is not. He throws people in the stockade just for speaking out against him. His wife is no different. Everything he hears odd. It's off. As you've heard. But I hear rumors that purple flashes of light have been seen emanating from the attic of the Burgermaster. I have investigated myself and can confirm.
Something's in his attic?
I don't know what. This entire place is standing on its head. The Burgermaster likes to make himself known in these celebrations. But it is not a celebration that I'm sure you have ever seen. There's no joy anymore. Though he likes to imagine so. And in regards to Strahd, south of here, there is a village that has been abandoned, supposedly because the people there spoke out against him.
Against Strahd?
I am not sure of the fate of these people, but I have been trying to gather more information. And lastly, there is an opposition to the Baron. An opposition that even he not fight for fear of invoking the devil's wrath. A woman by the name of Fiona Watchter. I know not of her true intentions. I have stayed clear. But keep an eye out. She was aware of me when I first arrived, so now I assume she is becoming aware of you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Other than that, if you're looking for actually good people, head to the church. The father there is a good man. Has come across some hard times, but he's a good person.
All right.
What are you hoping
Is
to
that
accomplish? What are you hoping to accomplish? These are just friendly bits of advice. If you're not planning on staying, or if you are, I don't know what you are planning on doing. That's why I'm asking. What are you hoping to do? You're here. You can't leave. What are you going to do?
I can't leave?
If you could, would you still be here?
Well, we were just going to spend the night and then
No, I'm talking
maybe a few days.
the
but-
land, not the town. In Barovia, this land as a whole.
Oh gosh. I thought I couldn't leave the city. I was
No.
like, what?
No.
Oh.
Apologies. And around this time, child comes out with 3 plates of sizzling meat, and they all smell a little different, with potatoes and vegetables. Here you are. And the mother kind of puts her hand on one of the shoulders. Take the other 2 back and keep them warm until her friends come down. All right. And he takes the other 2 and goes in the back room.
Thank you.
Yeah. And goes off. So, well, I don't want to interrupt your meal, but last thing I swear, and then you can go about your business. What are you planning on doing? What is your goal?
Well, I wish I had a more concrete goal, but overall, I want to try to find a way to help my 2 friends and get out of this land and return home.
Well, the gods be with you on your quest. If you find out anything about the Vistani or the were-ravens, come back to me, yeah? Maybe I have something to give you.
All right. Thank you, Rick.
Rick. Nice. Well, and he stands up from the stool. I've got some business to attend to, and he reaches to his side, and with your passive perception, it smells of raw meat, this bag, and he slaps it over his side. I will be back here in the mornings and evenings, should you need to find me. Have a good day.
All right. You as well.
And he heads out.
Where ravens? Huh.
Alright.
Well, and she's hungry, so she's gonna eat some food.
Yeah, you eat some food, and eventually Irina and Ismark do come down and join you.
I was just about to get you guys.
Yeah, and as they arrive, their breakfast is brought out. And the meat is tough, gamey, stringy, but well prepared. It has a decent flavor to it. You gotta chew a lot, but especially when it's paired with the potatoes and the vegetables, again, probably the best meal that you've had easily in days.
Good.
Right, so we're here. Me and Irina have been talking, and I mean, now what? This town seems safe, well fortified. I think this is as good as we're gonna get.
And she finished chewing. So, yes, but okay. I don't want to bring down your hopes, but this place is a little weird.
How do you mean?
Well, I've been spending the morning speaking to some of the people here, and apparently in this town, they have a festival every week.
That sounds tiresome.
Yes. And as far as I can tell, the Baron hosts it because he thinks that it'll keep Strahd away.
Does it?
Probably not, honestly, but we don't know.
I wouldn't imagine so. That sounds preposterous.
Right. I don't think Strahd is afraid of balloons. But anyway, also, as far as I can tell, the Baron of this land seems very, well, he doesn't take criticism very well.
Going back to the matter at hand, regardless of the leadership and the current town standing, I have never seen a place so well fortified in my life.
I mean, I'm not from this land, but as far as I can tell from Barovia's standpoint, I would have to agree. But I don't know. There's just something. I have a weird feeling about this place.
Well, what do you recommend? It's the way I see it. This is as good a chance as any to protect Irina from Strahd.
And they're keeping their voices down too. Yeah, they've taken from a far corner of the room. You have some privacy.
Right. We're having our little huddle.
Yeah.
I think I'm sure it's fine to stay for a little bit, but I don't think we should get too comfortable.
So, do we head to the Abbey then, as Father Donovich recommended? He said Vallaki or the Abbey, but I honestly don't see any issue with this. We almost died on the road, Serena. I am in no rush to get back out there.
You're right. Although, I woke up this morning and I remembered a song that my grandmother taught me that might have been useful.
So you're saying that we won't come into that kind of issue ever again?
Right. If we need to go out, we won't run into that problem again.
All right. So we won't be murdered on the road. That is a big plus.
It is. I think so. Yes.
Perfect. But I still don't understand why we wouldn't just stay here. This place seems fine. I mean, actually, there's one thing that I should disclose. Yes?
Yes?
I'm the Baron now of Barovia. The village where we started.
I thought you were the Burgomaster.
Baron is the title. Burgomaster, interchangeable.
Oh, they're the same.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Either way,
Okay, and?
with Father's passing, there's no one there to govern the town. And family comes first. And I think she's safe here.
Ismark. No, you can't tell me that you're thinking of going back.
can't just leave them there. The Vistani come and go and trade. And without someone to impose some remnants of order, things would get even worse. I know it's hard to imagine, but the way that things were with someone holding things together. And without my father there, that someone needs to be me. Irina was in danger, and I couldn't let her go on the road by herself. And then when you came along, I didn't know if I could trust you. I apologize, but now here we are. And I trust you. I do. And I have a village of people that need leadership.
I understand. It's just... Forgive me for being cautious. But I still have a weird feeling about this place, and before you leave Irina here, I think we should try to look into this town a little bit more.
Alright. That's fair. I think it's wise. Things aren't always as they seem.
You can say that again.
So, how long? How long do you think this investigation will take?
Well, I'm not sure, but the barkeep said that the next celebration would be in about 3 days. I think it might be wise to see one of these celebrations first, seeing as your sister will be having these celebrations every week.
I suppose that's fair. Yes, and though while I love jovial activities like this, it's... every week just seems exhausting. But yes, let's do some investigations. And as she stands up, she kind of, like, her weight gives way underneath her foot, and as Mark goes over and catches her, you're in no condition to walk right now. Neither are you, brother.
I could help heal you guys up, but honestly, I think some proper bed rest would do you both good.
Yeah, I think if you really need us, we would be here, but maybe a little bit more bed rest would do us some good.
Mm-hmm. And you, as Mark, you were sleeping on the ground. I can go around and do some investigating by myself. Why don't you get some proper rest?
That sounds nice, actually. Okay, well, let us know what you find.
Of course. All right. Well, I suppose we'll see you guys later.
All right. Until then.
All right, and then she gets up, and I guess she's gonna head out.
All right.
Exploring time.
Exploring time. The village is your oyster, and as you step outside, and the warmth of the inn immediately fades to the damp, cold air of the town, you see the light dew clinging to the ground and providing a small obscurity on the ground. You can still see through it, but it's just a veil of fog at your feet. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess visit the local, priest, since that was the recommendation.
All right. So you head out, and you have no idea where this priest is.
Great. And she realizes this, and she's like, I should have asked.
Now, the streets are filled with people. Unlike this village of Barovia, where the streets just seem in a constant state of abandonment with just like a few people poking out, this seems like a very
like
functioning village. Like they're just going about their daily business, and people are still staring at you, but like in a probably 50% less creepy than it was. Like still fairly creepy, but less creepy.
Yeah, slightly less creepy. Instead of just standing and staring, they're moving and staring.
Yes, exactly.
Great. And then she kind of looks down and sees her like ripped clothes and like, I probably should get like another outfit too. I suppose I can visit a dress store as well. And then she's going to walk up and ask someone, "Excuse me, do you know where the local priest is?"
You stop a tall, burly man, clean-shaven, like tattoos on one arm, and just holding a big crate of wood over his left shoulder. Right, the local priest. Go down the main road. Keep looking to the right side. You can't miss it.
Down this road, just keep going, and it's on the right.
Just keep following this road. No side roads. Just look to the right. You'll see a church. Should be there.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Morning, Lord be with you. And he hurriedly walks away.
And she's gonna walk along.
Okay. You continue down the road, and eventually you make your way to a church structure. This slouching, centuries-old stone church has a bulging steeple in the back and walls lined with cracked, stained-glass windows depicting pious saints. A fence of wrought iron encloses the gardens of the gravestone next to the church, and a thin mist creeps among the graves.
I think she's gonna, are there any windows?
There's stained glass windows.
Great, there's so many windows. Oh my gosh, yay!
Yeah, and they're not they're cracked, but unlike we're like in the village of Barovia where they were like shattered and boarded up. Get slight upgrade.
A slight upgrade? Oh, perfect. So she's going to take a look inside.
Looking inside the church, you see that the church is actually fairly empty. But you see a adult man in priestly garb just sweeping the altar at the far side from what you can see.
Okay, well, she deems the place, not an immediate threat. So, she's going to go ahead and walk inside.
You walk inside, and you see that the man stops sweeping and looks up at you, and you see images of what you have since figured out to be symbolism and worship of the Morning Lord all around this church. And he looks up. Pardon me, but services are later this evening. And then he takes a minute and looks at you. Oh. You are not from here, I can see. Please, and he puts the room down. Come, let me take a look at you.
All right.
And
yeah.
Yeah, and you walk up, and this priestly figure, large, bushy beard, black beard, old in the face, but not a bit of gray showing. Looks at your cheek, takes note of your ears, looks at the other cheek, then looks down at your garb. Right, well, Yeska! And an altar boy comes up from behind the corner. Fresh change of clothes for the woman. And the boy goes in the back. You must be tired. I'm sorry, the roads can be very treacherous.
It's not your fault.
Well, doesn't mean I can't be sorry for it, my child.
Well, some people recommended that, well, you were a good man, and honestly, I'm not sure what I'm doing. um, but I have some friends here, and one was thinking of staying in this town. And so I just wanted to learn a little bit more about to see if it would be good for her to stay here.
Well, the Burgermaster says all will be well. Unfortunately, I am not so naive to believe such a thing. The devil is upon our land, and to deny it is nothing but short of pure ignorance. This is a house of prayer, and we try to bring comfort to the folks of this town. If your friend is hoping to stay here, I'd like to say I offer hope, but I cannot rightly say so. The hope and meaning that we find in life is within ourselves and within the eyes of the morning Lord.
And he motions all around him. And the altar boy comes back with a set of plain, bland Barovian garb that you saw a lot of the villagers of Barovia wear.
It's not fancy, but it's warm.
Well, thank you. And she takes it and she immediately thinks, I'm just going to change into this to be nice, but the moment I walk out the doors, I'm going straight to a dress shop.
Yeah, all right. You are motioned to a room in the back, given some privacy. And they are significantly more insulated than the clothes that have been torn apart by wolves and banded arrows and all of these things. And they're scratchy, but it's a nice change of pace and definitely warmer. Almost like they're made for this climate.
Mm-hmm.
So, what can I do for you then?
I wish I had a clear answer.
Well, I offer guidance in the form of prayer if you would like.
Sure. That'd be really nice, actually.
He motions you up to the altar. And he gets down on his knees and grasps his holy symbol. And he motions for you to sit beside him.
Mm-hmm.
And you spend a good amount of time there. Who do you pray to?
She thinks about it, and she remembers that, her grandmother and her great-grandmother actually served the mother, the scion. And she isn't sure herself if she should, pray to the scion or, whether or not she should pick the gods of this land. And she ends up just giving kind of a prayer to whoever kind will listen. Like, please, whoever you are, whoever's listening, please, I just want to help my friends and I want to get home. That's all I want.
Make a religion check.
21.
You take a minute. And a lot of the tension that you've been carrying around with you kind of melts away as you take a long needed moment that is cleansing. You don't know if anything is listening. You're just praying to any god who will listen. And whether or not someone heard it or not, you definitely feel better afterwards. like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders.
Nothing quite like prayer to get your spirits up. Well, should you wish to bring your friend back here, services every evening.
What's your alignment?
She is neutral good. Oh, alignment comes into question. Ooh.
No, I believe you.
No.
Make an insight check.
19. Ooh, man, these good rolls.
You've been rolling really well.
I've been rolling pretty okay, and I'm afraid.
Yeah, as he says that with a smile on his face, but you can tell underneath that there's something that is bothering him. And you've seen this kind of figure before. The kind that just has a lot of people looking for guidance and to him for support. The kind of weary face that has needed support of his own for a long time, but is just too busy helping others to help himself.
Father, you sort of remind me of one of the other priests I met when I first arrived to this land. What was his name? He's the father of one of the churches in the Barovian village.
Cannot say I am too familiar. Apologies.
Oh, sorry.
The roads are dangerous. We don't travel, really.
I understand. I understand too well.
Well, I hope that priest is doing his job.
He tries his best. Despite everything that's happening in this world. He suffered through a lot.
Well, we all must have times of strife. It is our devotion that will lead us to the promised land.
Right.
Well, do you need anything else, my child?
I suppose nothing at the moment. I suppose I'll continue looking around the city a little bit more.
Very good. Anything you're looking for in particular?
Well, honestly, something's just been concerning me about this town. It's just everything looks great from the outside, but I have this weird feeling, this gut feeling that something is wrong and out of place. And I don't know 100% what it is yet, but I've heard a lot of things about the Baron, the Burgmaster, the weird festivals that keep going on, and I want to get to the bottom of it, to really see if this place is good for my friend or not.
That is a noble cause. Morning Lord be with you on your journey.
You wouldn't happen to know anything, would you?
Well, I know that the Baron is a moron. He tries to force hope and ideals and joy on people. That's not how joy works. Any sane person could tell you that. I doubt his sanity very much.
I see. He forces joy through these celebrations?
He says one thing. A lot. All will be well. All will be well, all will be well, all will be well. Don't worry about the wolves terrorizing our town constantly. Don't worry about the ever-present fog glooming over our town and causing people to disappear. Don't worry about the bandits on the exterior. Don't worry about the ghosts. Don't worry about the scarecrows. Don't worry about the werewolves, the mad mage. Don't worry. All will be well.
What? Wait, bandits, werewolves, and mad mages?
It's just... I haven't heard of the Mad Mage for a while, but... You get the idea. Lots of problems, and his solution is to ignore them and celebrate what we have. One day, it is going to cost us. Maybe it already has.
I see. Well, thank you for your time, Father.
More and Lord be with you.
You as well. And she's gonna go ahead and head out.
And you head out.
All right.
What's next on the to-do list?
What is next on the to-do list? Get a new outfit because she is not gonna walk around in this potato sack.
Make an investigation check.
Okay, this is incredibly important to her. She has no idea where in the world she's going, though, because she rolled an 8. Like, she has no idea what the map of this town looks like. She really should have asked the father for just a map of the town.
Yeah, that probably would have been good.
It would have been good.
You make your way around the town with an 8 investigation.
And she's lost.
Yeah, you've been told a lot. Stick to the main road. Stick to the main road, just do this thing. And you've seen a lot of things along the main road. A lot of establishments and various things. So you keep a lookout for, in particularly, those French shops that have the dresses and the purses out behind glass in the front.
It's just a clothing store.
Yeah.
It's just, where is this?
Yes.
Where is it?
And you make your way through the town, and you find, yeah, with an 8 investigation, you find an establishment that it's probably some kind of a shop, but this uninviting shop is 2 stories tall and has a sign shaped like a coffin above the front door. All the window shutters are closed up tight, and a deathly silence surrounds the establishment. But with that investigation, this is the first shop, clear shop that you've seen while you've been looking around.
Great. So, in this entire town, not one tailor or person exists.
This is just the first shop that you've come across. You could skip right by it.
She's being dramatic.
Yes.
Well, maybe I could just ask someone inside for better directions. She's gonna go ahead and kind of cautiously walk in.
You try the door and it is locked. And as you try the door, you just hear from the inside a very manic and almost like a slight panic and shock of an older man coming from the inside. We're closed. Go away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. And she just leaves.
Yeah. And you continue along.
And that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it.
I'm like, okay, yeah, she's not gonna challenge someone that's like, we're closed, go away from a roaring person inside.
Yes.
Like, okay, you're right, bye.
Yeah. And it is the middle of the day as well.
Okay. I guess I'll ask someone else.
Yeah. And you continue along. You find a toy store, which is neat. And eventually you do find a place that sells garb, though none so fashionable as was what you were hoping to find. It's more or less in line of the thing that that the priest gave you. There are a few variants, some deep reds as opposed to the grays that you were given, but for the most part, it all seems to be like peasant garb and things like that.
Ugh. Why are there no fashionable people? Where did they all go? You can't tell me that there's not one person in all the land that cannot make a dress. Like a nice dress.
Do you say this out loud? They just shout it?
She's kind of saying it, no, she's saying it under her breath. Like,
okay.
Are you kidding me? This is it.
The worst part of your week, easily.
It is. You know, like she would rather fight a bunch of like rabid dogs than like just be walking around in a
You
potato.
do have your clothes from home that are tattered and torn with you. You could have those repaired if you would like.
You know what? She might as well at this point. Like, she's not going to find anything better because clearly no one has a sense of fashion in this land.
You walk inside the establishment and a woman greets you with, very dead expression as she is sewing something. Yes, what can I do for you?
Hi, I was wondering if you could have these clothes repaired for me.
She looks at the clothes, looks back up at you. Silver.
All right. How much?
For this. This seems to be more elaborate work. I'll say 3 silver.
3 silver, that's a lot. Okay. And she just like, here you go, 3 silver.
She takes the money, sews it up for you, goes in the back. There's a bunch of other people working around. They look at this garb. You wait for a while. She gives it back to you. Mended reasonably well. There are patches that are off color to patch the holes where there didn't need to be like a patch put on it. There was sewed together, and those parts are particularly well done. But this garb, even though the holes are gone, is still only a shadow of what it used to be.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
and she's going to, like find a place to like change her clothes, and she's like,
all right.
I've never appreciated good fashion before, but I appreciated good fashion, just not as much as I do now. Wow.
All right, what's next on your to-do list?
Okay, well, now that her fashion disaster has been avoided for the moment, apparently there's some Vistani outside of town and a ghost town to the south.
Aye, apparently.
Okay. I think... what time is it?
It's around midday. Like early afternoon. Maybe like 12 or 1.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Would Rick be at the tavern now?
He said evenings and mornings.
So this midday.
Yeah,
so
you get the sense that he has things to do during the day, but like.
You mean he isn't constantly there for my convenience?
Yeah.
All times.
But he does seem to stay there, so he's there in the mornings and in the evenings.
All right. Well, I guess we'll try to ask around, and maybe I don't know if anyone would know where the Vistani like hangout place would be. Yes. Outside of town.
Yeah. You walk by the you inquire and they give you directions. And do you just make your way straight there?
I think on the way she'll probably stop back by the Blue Water Inn and probably update, Irina and Ismark.
Okay, perfect. So you stop by the inn, tell them all that's been going on, update them. They are both just resting up, and they both have drinks in the room and have brought food up there. And
they got room service.
They're just resting and enjoying a day to be.
Yeah.
You let them know what's up. Ismark gives his usual remarks of don't trust any of those Vistani bastards.
Mm-hmm.
And Irina tells him to shut up as usual.
Mm-hmm.
And you make your way to the outskirts of the western entrance of the village. And walking around, you've noticed that this village has 3 major entrances. One to the north that leads to the gigantic lake. One.
Wait. Are you talking about Vallaki?
Yeah, of the town.
Oh, okay. Because you said the village. I was like,
Yeah.
how big is this village?
Yeah. The village of Vallaki. So,
okay. So
the north to the lake, the east, which was where you came in from, and the west that continues onward in a road that you have not traveled. And according to the locals, the Vistani encampment is just due southwest of the town.
Okay. Well, she'll probably. Well, let's see. She didn't notice the lake before. That might be kind of interesting. How far is the lake?
It is right outside of town. The Vistani camp's actually significantly farther.
Oh, well then, you know what? Okay, so what she'll do. Let's go ahead and visit. If the lake is just right there,
Yeah.
then might as well go visit the lake first, check it out, and then if we have time, we can go visit Vistani.
So, you make your way to the northern entrance of the northern gate of Vallaki. Past the guards, past the wolf heads, which are now slowly being taken down. You can even tell that now there's significantly less than there were even last night. With every step that you take, there's just this faint hint of rot and decay from the former wolf heads that were being plastered everywhere.
Ew.
Not pleasant. And you see the lakefront.
Oh, there's a picture.
Yeah, you're at a lake now. At the foot of a mountain, nestled in the misty forest, is this large lake. The water is perfectly still and dark, reflecting the black clouds overhead like a monstrous mirror. Pulled along the south shore are 3 small rowboats. And a 4th boat can be seen in the middle of the lake, with a lone figure sitting in it, fishing pole in hand.
Oh, is that it?
Well, you're at a lake. I don't know what you were expecting, but...
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else, but okay.
So, you see the picture? Like, that's basically what you see.
Okay, great. So there's trees, there's some boats, there's a dude fishing. Cool. You know what? Let's talk to some new friends. She's gonna see if the boats are owned by anybody. Like, she doesn't want to take somebody's boat.
You get the sense that these boats are of general use, and you take a look, and, they're just tied up and left here, and if anyone actually cared, they probably wouldn't just, leave them here. And there's no one else here except for the lone fisherman in the center of the lake. So they're either all theirs, or these boats are for general use.
Okay, well, she doesn't see anybody's name on these boats, so she's just going to borrow one for now and go see the fisherman.
All right. So you get in the boat and you start rowing out.
Mm-hmm.
So you get in and the boat rocks side to side, and you think to yourself, man, this is You know, this probably would be nice if there was even a semblance of sunshine or good weather. And there are paddles in the rowboat ready to go.
All right,
you unlatch
great.
it. Have you ever rowed a boat before? Serena?
I have.
Serena?
Yeah, I've done white water rafting, so.
I was talking about Serena more.
Oh, Serena. I'm sure casually she has.
Well, you cast off, and it's pretty simple. It's more just a lot of effort. So,
Right.
You know, it's if you've done this before, then you're familiar. It's just a lot of strength. And as you go out, the fisherman looks at you through the mist and looks down and stands up on his boat, catching his balance. And as you get closer, as of now, you're probably like 100 feet away from him. He gets this large burlap sack and hurls it over the side of the boat, and it kind of slams against the edge and stays firm. Like, you get a sense that, you know, something solid is in here just by looking at it. And tosses this probably like around like 5 foot long burlap sack in the water, and it splashes and sits on the top for a bit before one side starts to drift, and he just goes back to fishing.
Excuse me, sir. What did you just toss into the lake?
No response.
Hello?
Reels in his
Did
line.
I get a good look at what he tossed into? He said if a burlap sack about 5 feet long.
Yeah, probably like a little more than that. But yeah, roughly around that size. Like a bulky sack. You can see, you know, it's okay.
Is it humanoid?
So,
Or is it like a box?
I'll say you're out in the middle of the lake. It definitely seemed humanoid.
And this person's not responding like at all. Like, hello?
Nope. She is not.
She's like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, Serena. Okay,
What are you doing?
shoot.
What are you doing?
The
bag
how
slowly.
Far, how far is she? How far is she?
The bag slowly starts to sink underneath the water. You're probably.
Well, how far is Serena from the bag at this point?
You're probably a good 100 feet away.
Oh gosh, that's gonna be a real swim. Holy cow. Okay, 100 feet. Okay, let's see. Okay, even Thorn Whip is only 30 feet. Shoot. Okay, so she's gonna shoot. How fast can she like row? She's gonna row her boat like really fast now. She's like, gosh, I have to get closer, and then I have to jump down, and then And
Yep.
she's like,
So, what are you doing?
okay. So she's going to row closer to, you know, where the burlap sack would be, and then she's probably going to jump in the water.
Okay, first of all, I need you to make me an athletics check.
Okay, well, I think first she's going to, you know, I guess I was gonna say guidance, but can she give herself inspiration?
You know, considering
you can inspire others.
Considering how this is a one-on-one, I'm going to allow you to give yourself guidance and inspiration because it's just you and me. So.
Okay, so guidance. She's like, oh gosh. Okay. Okay.
So athletics.
Please help me, please. Okay. And then she's going to athletics. 15
Plus
1d4 plus there's 18.
Okay. 18. You row and you row and you row, and your boat kind of tips to like hit the side of this person, and they are just not responsive, just fishing, and you hear slow mumbling underneath his voice, and you are there, and the bag is now no longer visible underneath the dark water, but you get the sense that it is just beneath the surface.
Okay, well, she is. Let's see. At this point, oh man, she could have used Thorn Whip. If it hits. Can you use Thorn Whip underwater?
Have you ever tried it?
No.
Well,
I guess, I mean,
no time to
I'm
find
learning
out.
the spell.
No time to find out like the present.
Exactly, because it technically would give me an additional 30-foot reach, even if it might hurt whatever is inside, but rather it be hurt than dead, you know?
Yeah.
So she's going to go ahead and jump into the water and cast Thorn Whip. To see if she can grab the bag.
You jump into the water and a sensation of cold envelops you. And your muscles immediately tighten. It is very, very unpleasant. Make me just make an attack roll with your Thorn Whip. As you go under and you dive, you can see the sack slowly sinking underneath.
Okay. 7. No. Oh gosh. That is not the roll. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh god. Okay. So she's gonna have to just straight up swim.
You cast the Thorn Whip and it manifests and you swing it and it goes through the water, but it is hard to whip it with water resistance. With the addition of this being magic, you were able to do it, but you miss, and the sack continues to go.
No. Okay. So just keep swimming. Swim.
Swim. Okay.
Just keep swimming.
Just make one more athletics check for me.
Oh, come on. That's an attack roll. What? No, that's a skill roll.
Yeah.
No, why am I rolling so bad now?
Well, you had inspiration and guidance.
I didn't use my inspiration. That would be a D8.
Well, you mean you asked if you could do it.
Right. Let's see.
So I assume that you did it. And you haven't used it since you asked.
I haven't yet, so let's do that. D8. Can guidance be used multiple times?
Yeah, guidance is a cantrip.
Oh, well, I guess I'll just do that then. That's a 1d8, 1d4. So plus another 7, that's a 14.
14. So you go and you reach the sack, and you start to swim up with it, praying to whatever god will listen for help. This thing didn't fall too far beneath the surface. Make one more athletics check for me as you do manage to swim up, having this thing in your arms. And you can see
19.
The surface.
Oh my gosh.
And you break the water, and holding this thing, it is clearly a person. And you managed to put the water, the body over the water, and the sack is now thrashing. Waddling the boat back and forth.
This is a living thing. Dead body. She's going to very, very quickly rip open the sack.
You tear it open, and you see a woman with alabaster white skin and raven black hair, bound and gagged from her hands, feet, soaking wet, just looking at you with just a sense of both terror and shock. It's just a cluster of emotions, and she's just trying to
calm down. Okay, I'm gonna help you. And she like gets rid of her binds and gags and stuff like that, and she's going to turn to the fisherman, like, what the hell, man? Like,
He does not notice you or pay you any mind. He looks over and sees the scene, and he just kind of lessens his blank expression to one of sorrow and casts another line. One day I'll get a catch. One day I'll get a catch.
are you all right, miss?
Am I alright? Am I alright? Do I look alright?
No, but it's a courtesy to ask.
Undo my hands, please.
Of course. And she, quickly cuts the binds.
Yeah. You piece of shit! And she, like, picks up an oar to throw it at the guy, and just throws an oar into Adam. And the oar smashes into the back of this fisherman's back, and he just collapses forward and gets up, looks back slightly annoyed, and just tips the oar over into the water, where it splashes and just floats above the surface. Then goes back to fishing.
What in the world happened?
Bastard. He took me. He took me when I was walking down the street and put me in a bag, and I woke up and I was... Take me home. Take me home. I demand to be taken home.
Of course. Where's home? Are you from Vallaki?
Close. And the adrenaline wears off, and you actually take note of this woman, and she is dressed in Vistani garb.
Ah.
And she an encampment outside of town.
Oh. Are you Vistani?
Yes.
All right. Of course. I actually was going to head there anyway. All right. Let's get you out of here then. My name is Serena, by the way.
Serena, Arabelle is my name.
Arabelle. All right. Let's get out of here. Clearly this fisherman has no idea what in the world he's doing. Seeing he doesn't respond to anything.
Yeah. And the oar floats back over, and she takes it. Fuck you! And she just starts to row back to the shore. Please, I just want to go.
Of course. And Serena helps, row as well.
You make your way back to the shore. And she wastes no time. She gets out of the boat and just starts making her way down the streets, like in like a light jog. And you are and right around now, you realize you are freezing.
Oh my god. Hang on. Wait. And she's just trying to keep up now.
Yeah. And she light job down the streets, and people are, gaze at you as you go by, and she makes her way to the western part of the town, out, past the gates, into the open road, and eventually...
Be careful! It's dangerous out there!
I need to get...
Wait, okay. Let me dry off our clothes, okay? And she quickly uses prestidigitation so that they're not freezing.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. It's just down the road. Please. I just want to go back.
All right.
Look.
I'm gonna help you get back home, okay?
Thank...
Just So
And
just calm down.
She takes a deep breath. All right. Okay. You get a good look at her. This is a very young woman. Maybe even a teenager. It's hard to tell. But she calms down, takes a deep breath. Keep an eye out for wolves.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Make a perception check.
18.
Okay. So as you make your way down the road, a scarecrow lurches into view. Its sackcloth eyes are ripe with malevolence, and its gut is stuffed with dead ravens. And
Ew.
it has long, rusted knives for claws that are dangling on either side. And it just looks down the road, and there are two of them on either side. And she looks back and is like, those were not here last time.
And how soon was last time?
Yesterday. I wasn't in that sack for very long. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh. Oh man, these are some really creepy scarecrows. Let's walk with a purpose. Let's go.
You make your way past the road toward the scarecrows, and you start moving with purpose. And as you cross the intersection of the scarecrow's path, they turn. And their bodies animate. And I need you to roll initiative.
Oh, perfect. I love it. Okay. Initiative. I rolled a 14.
14. Let's go.
And can Arabelle fight at all? Probably not. Great. I love fighting by myself against two killer scarecrows with knives for fingers.
Brilliant. So, they get to roll some initiative. And they rolled garbage. What did you roll? 14?
14, which is not as garbage.
Yes, they rolled a natural 8 and a natural 4. So, goes you.
All right. Well, I'm alert, walking with a purpose, speed walking.
Yeah, I know. You were looking at these things. They were very clearly there. They did not get the drop on you. You got a bad feeling from these things. It's like, oh no, I didn't see this coming. No, it was this might happen kind of a thing.
What?
And it's like, oh, here it comes. This land just keeps on giving, and it is your turn.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, she is. You know what? They're scarecrows. She's just gonna throw fire bolts until they burst into flame. Like, she's not kidding. Okay. Like, just set them on fire. They're made of straw. They should be.
Yeah, mostly.
And they also have a bunch of dead ravens in their stomachs, which have feathers. So just firebolt them all. That's it.
Firebolt. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. Spell
exactly. And if I had, fireball, that would have been even better. But 18 and 13 damage.
18 with 13 damage. You bolt.
Yes.
The one on the left, and they turn and animate, and as they turn, the rusted knives on their hands creak together as they get ready to claw at you, and just like quick draw instinct, just turn around, flick of the wrist, whew, boom, and it hits the straw, and the straw is engulfed in flames, and this thing is burning. And that hit looked like it did exactly what you were hoping for. This thing is on fire. And it looks real rough even after that first shot. And what the scarecrow that is ablaze makes its way towards you like a marionette puppet, and is gonna make a claw attack on you.
Do they take fire damage or no?
They did take damage.
No, like burning damage. Is that a thing? No. Okay,
Not
whatever.
Vulnerabilities.
Like catching on fire?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
You get a sense that was super effective.
Good.
As the Pokemon announcers would say.
Super effective.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So they roll.
Yep. So this is gonna attack you with 2 claw attacks. Plus 3. That is a 15 and a 13.
I'm gonna use the cutting words.
Okay, cutting words on the first one. Roll that die.
That's a -5.
Okay, so that's a 10 and
that's a miss.
and a 13.
Yep. So the 13 will hit, but
Okay. So you just flick of the wrist, this one that's on fire begins rushing towards you. You shout something. You don't even know what you shout. And it misses, and it backhand you with the backside of its bladed, rusty fingers for a grand total. That's ooh, that was actually of 8 points of slashing damage.
ooh.
As you are backhanded across the face, and the claws gash across your cheek, leaving a bloodied claw mark. It splatters on the cobblestone beneath you as the other one approaches to do the exact same thing.
My face! I need that! Oh my god!
That is a 5 and an 18.
Okay, the 18 will hit.
Yeah.
5 is a solid nope.
Mm-hmm. For 5 points of slashing damage as your clothes that you just got mended are torn through the arms, and crimson is now seeping from your left arm and through the right side of your cheek as these things are rending you through. And he is going to see this, and she's frozen. Her eyes go wide, and she is just tense. And she's just frozen in fear, and it's your turn again.
Okay. How much damage did I take from the other hit?
I just cleared the dice. I don't remember.
If you don't remember, then it didn't happen.
I don't.
Did it actually happen?
I think I'll say it was 5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 seems right.
Okay. So she's going to give another firebolt, you know.
To which one?
One is still ablaze and is burning alive, right?
Yes, that one.
Same one. Just take that one down.
Okay, make a ranged attack roll with disadvantage, as these two are both now upon you.
Oh, they're right next to me now.
Yeah, because they clawed at you, so they're right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Actually, at this point, should I shatter? Let me see. Where's Annabelle? Because I don't want to hurt her.
Annabelle was very sternly leading the way, kind of keeping at a pace that's, you know,
keep back.
Yeah, you know that person that's like going away is like, hey, slow down. It's like, hey, this is how I always walk, and they're like a few feet ahead of you. So I'll say she was probably like around 5 feet ahead of you. Like between you and her, there's probably like a 10-foot gap.
Okay. If there's 10 feet, let's see. No. Each creature within a 10-foot radius. Okay, if that's the case, then she wouldn't be hit.
Yeah, there's a 10-foot gap, so she would be. So in terms of combat, she would be on the 15th block away.
Right. Perfect. Okay. Well then, I'm gonna use Shatter right now.
Nice. You.
Okay.
Take out your violin and let out a screeching note that booms out. And what's the save?
The save should be Constitution.
Con. That is a natural 16 and a natural 20.
Are you kidding me? I rolled a 6 out of a 3d8.
That's a 1, a 2, and a 3. 3 points to each of them.
Well, This is gonna be a good round. Good round, you guys.
Let out a screech, and the one that's on fire, the thunder wave that is shot outward, blows the flames back, and one of its feet kind of gives in on itself, but it's still barely able to hold its weight. That one is looking real rough. And it is going to let out 2 attacks on you.
Good.
That is a natural 7 and a natural 2. Swipes at you twice. The burning flames barely going past you as you move aside. As the other one lets out 2 more attacks. 13 and a 22. Do they both hit? Does a 13 hit?
13 does hit, so I'm going to burn another Bardic Inspiration to have that one miss.
Okay. Roll the dice.
It doesn't really matter what I roll. If I rolled a 1, it would be a 12.
Okay, so your AC is 13. Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
So that's 2 misses and a hit. You not do a d20 worth of damage. And that was pretty garbage damage this time. 4 points of slashing damage as it rends through your chest, leaving another splattering of crimson on the cobblestone. And
I just had this dress repaired!
and your new traveling companion snaps out of it, picks up a rock, and is going to chuck it at the scarecrow that is ablaze with a natural 20.
Oh, she's good at this.
Dealing 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Perfect.
Which actually, 4, yeah, 29. No,
Is that enough?
No, it's not enough. That would have been cool, though. Real close.
Just bonks it in the head.
Yeah. Smack the rock dead on this thing's face, and half of its head just collapses on the ground, and its now one-eyed form just looks straight past her at the thing that's looking at, like at her, and like she's looking at her, but it's weird. It's like it's acknowledging her rather than looking at her, but its gaze is directly at her. It's an odd feeling, and it's your turn.
All right, you know what? Everyone loves an encore. Let's try this again. Another shatter.
And another con save. There you go.
That's only 10 damage.
That's a 7 and a 4, so both of them fail this time.
Should be 10 damage to both of them.
And 10 damage to both of them. The one that is on fire, it collapses outward, and raven bits and corpses mingle with straw that are all burning.
Wait a minute.
Explode outward on...
Wait a minute.
What?
The first roll, a creature made of inorganic material has disadvantage on their saving throws.
Ah, that is good to know. I'll roll. That one of them did save and the other one didn't. So I'll say that this I'll say that so they take what was it? 1, 2, and 3. So 5 points of damage instead of the 3. Or 2.
Okay.
So I'll add the damage to the other one that's still alive.
Okay, because I was like,
yeah,
wait a minute, I knew shatter. Wait a minute.
That is good.
Scarecrows.
That is good to know. Yeah, that absolutely applies here. One of them explodes across the cobblestone, and another rock is thrown. This time, goes wide, except for she lets out a roar. Leave her alone, you beast! And it is your turn.
All right. Is it back to my turn?
It is.
I just used a shatter.
Yeah. Oh, right. No. So it's.
I mean, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'll
so
go
you're
again
right.
if
It
you want.
is.
I mean, the Scarecrows
It was its
have
turn
to
first,
do anything.
and that is a 12. So.
Okay, he misses.
But oh yeah, it gets 2. That is a 19.
Well, shoot.
6 points of slashing damage as this one plunges into your side with a straight claw and rends outward. Now it is your turn.
Ow! Ow, 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 ow. Why? Why? Why do you have to have knives for hands? That's rude. Okay, well, she's going to... let's see. It's right next to her. So Firebolt would be at a disadvantage. She's going to try it anyway.
Okay.
Firebolt. Yep.
Roll
Straight
attack.
into its chest.
Disadvantage.
That's a natural 1. What? And I rolled a natural 1 and a natural 20.
Oh my goodness.
I literally rolled a natural 1 and a natural 20.
That's advantage, disadvantage for you. As this thing has its claws embedded in your torso, you charge up a blast of fire, and you mutter the words, and it makes a fist. And as it rends outward, your firebolt is launched into the distance, missing. And it is going to make 2 more attacks against you. That is a 7 and an 11. Hey, convenience stores.
Okay, misses.
You take a moment to step back, whoosh, whoosh, getting a little woozy from the blood loss.
Yeah, I have 15 health, so this is good.
And it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna try another. Oh man, that disadvantage thing, man.
Just like this one still looks very well put together.
Right. At this point, I need a break. I need to get some distance on this thing. Shoot. And I don't have any bardic inspiration anymore. You burned all of them. I don't know if using my rapier would be smart.
That fireball bolts definitely seemed to be
The most effective.
very
yeah.
effective against it.
I know, but I need distance in order to use it effectively.
Yep.
So
It's your call.
I think. Ugh. Do I want to risk?
You've also got your thingy. Never forget about your thingy.
You know what? I don't want to use the thingy. Okay. I'm afraid of the thingy. Okay.
But is it worth dying over? Because things are looking pretty bad right now.
All right. You know what?
It's
I'm going to use.
It's up to you.
I'm going to use Cure Wounds at level 3.
Okay. There you go. Roll them dice. 10 points of healing. Not bad.
So, no, 10 plus 11. So 21 health.
Okay, 21 points of healing. As you take a minute, grab at the place where it just rended through your flesh. Your hand glows, this glowing white glow. And your wounds heal over. And the pain goes away. And it is going 2 more attacks against you. 22 and a 17.
Why? That's okay. Fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 16 points of slashing damage.
I would have dropped.
And rends through your flesh twice again, undoing most of the hard work that you just did. And this thing looks fierce and manic, like a beast. Glowing eyes coming from its straw head. Arabelle runs up, seeing it clobber on you, clearly terrified and doesn't know what to do, and just grabs it and just squeezes tight as this thing starts to thrash and looks like it's gonna go straight through her back. And it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna run back, and then throw a firebolt.
Yeah,
It's gonna suck that she's there, but I definitely can't use my rapier and stab it because I'm just gonna stab her at that point.
Yeah. As you take a step back, it does make an attack of opportunity against you with disadvantage because it is grappled and misses wildly in the air.
Okay. And firebolt. 22 and 12 damage.
That's 5. Boom! And this thing is engulfed in flames. And Arabelle lets go in a shriek as some of her clothes begin to catch with the straw that she was just grabbing on. And she's now rushing to put it out. And the Scarecrow turns its head toward you that just like looks a fireball at it. And it is mindless. It is just going for the thing that seems to be the most threatening. Arabelle doesn't want to draw its attention, so does not attack it as it is going away. She's just focusing on putting out the fire. That is a natural 1 and an 18.
Okay.
6 points of slashing damage. Whoosh, goes wide, and then another backhand. Whoosh, this one going at the knee, causing you to go forward and lose balance a little bit, but it is your turn.
All right, so it's back to melee range, right?
Yes, it is, and it is looking rough.
All right, at this point, I think I may just have to switch to my rapier at this point because I could jump back, but I don't even know if that'll be worth it. So I'm gonna use my rapier now.
Okay, go ahead and make a melee attack.
$11 and 10.
11 is its AC, so 10 points of piercing damage. Oh my god, is its hit points? Okay. Not its hit points was 36, but so just a little bit over it. As this blazing inferno claws at you, you take out your rapier to deal a finishing blow. How does Serena do it?
Serena is going to take her rapier and stab it straight through the head. And when it falls to the ground, she's going to stab it a few more times just in case.
Shink! Strahd going upward through its burning body. The glowing eyes dim. And its arms go slack. As you rend it outward, its entire body caves in on itself, and you just keep stabbing at the flaming embers of this thing, slashing, stabbing, and it's a blur of blood and adrenaline. But the next thing you know, Arabelle grabs the hand that's kind of been just stabbing with the rapier and just puts her hand on your shoulder. Serena.
Are you all right? I'm sorry. I had to set it on fire while you were holding it. It's just.
Yes, that
Are you okay?
That was unpleasant. I should be asking that of you. And the pain starts to slowly seep in as the adrenaline wears off.
I'm fine.
Our camp is just ahead, Serena. It's not far. Can you make it?
Yeah, I can. Let's get out of here.
You make your way down the path. With each step, droplets of blood following the trail. Every step gets harder and harder to take as these wounds that you keep magically healing just keep appearing, and your vision starts to get blurry before you bite down and keep going. And eventually, Arabelle goes from underneath you and starts to support you. How many hit points are you at right now?
I am at 12.
Percentile wise, how much of that HP is that?
Oh, that's like I'm at max 38. I'm down 24.
Okay.
So that's the grand majority of my hit points.
Yeah, okay. So yeah,
that's like that's over like 70%.
Yeah. So like below
I don't know. I can't.
Yeah. I'll say it's close enough to like, below 25 that you are just hobbling along, barely managing to stay conscious. And she's putting pressure on your wounds as you are continuing along, and she's trying to keep, conversations like, hey, stay awake. I still need you to walk, okay?
Yeah.
How old are you? What are your hobbies?
And she doesn't answer, but she just keeps going.
Yeah, she just keeps listing off things. Do you enjoy cold weather? Please just stay awake. And your vision gets blurry. Really blurry. As you begin to see smokestacks on the horizon.
Is this it?
The woods part to reveal an expansive clearing. A small grass-covered hill with low houses built into its sides. Fog obscures the details, but you can see that these buildings feature elegantly carved woodwork and have decorative lanterns hanging from the sculpted eaves. Atop the hill, above the fog, is a ring of barrel-topped wagons that surround a large tent with a column of smoke pouring through the hole on the top. The tent is brightly lit from within. Even at this distance, you can smell odors of wine and horses that emanate from the central area. And as the realization that you are at the encampment arrives, it's weird. It's almost like your body knows, but it begins to shut down. Hey, Selena, hey, help!
And she trips.
And you are barely keeping conscious. But the details of everything around you immediately begin to go fuzzy. And then the audio goes out. The cries for help. The cries for
That's interesting. Your audio literally went out. Like, I didn't hear half of that. So I'm like, wow, this is actual like meta acting right here.
So as you are being brought, you hear Arabelle shouting for help. And then the wind begins to die out, and her voice begins to be muffled. And your vision kind of starts to go a little hazy as you're looking upward, as she gets you on top, and you see several figures. You can't really make out any details, as blackness kind of starts to work inward towards your irises. You can really only feel and hear your own breathing. And then the figures die out, and you can only see the light. Shadows of light and darkness. And then the light grows from your center irises, and you see a disturbingly familiar cloaked figure looking at you from the darkness. And this figure rushes at you 1,000,000 miles an hour, and his face goes into like a demonic maw that seems to encompass your entire body. and boom, your consciousness returns to you.
And she lets out a scream.
And you are greeted by a squeeze of the hand of Arabelle, who was beside you, and she puts her arm around you. It's like, hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Who was that?
You're here. You're okay. You're safe.
What happened? Where are we in?
You're at you're in my camp.
Right. How long has it been?
Not long, just a few minutes. Honestly, you weren't too badly damaged. It was just you fainted.
Okay, good.
You looked like you were going to be out a lot longer. Something must have really scared you to consciousness.
I had a terrible dream. Anyway, thank you for the help. I really should, get myself fixed and
Yeah, as you say this, a figure peeks through the doorway with kind of like a concerned look. And you are surprised to see pointed ears on his side. This gray-cloaked figure looks down at you. And then someone looks behind him, also pointed ears. In Vistani garb. And he looks slightly concerned and walks in and sees your ears and half smile.
I suppose we have some things to talk about.
yeah. I suppose so.
And he drops the bandages that near the side of a bedstand where you're at. And
Arabelle, could you help her with the...
Oh, yes, of course.
For now, I think you're in no shape to... We'll talk soon.
All right.
And Arabelle helps get your wounds bandaged up. You can take your short rest.
Good. Short rest, you don't use hit die, do you?
No, yeah, that's your hit die. That is your hit die.
Cool. Okay,
You can
I
use
think
it.
I'm gonna do that then. I can actually use Song of Rest if I wanted to.
You could.
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay, go ahead and add that extra
let's
D,
see.
whatever that is.
It's a 1d6 still. So, let's see. I think she probably wouldn't bust out the violin. I think she would just hum a song to herself, for this type of situation. But let's see. Okay. I'm going to use 3 hit die plus another d6. So 3d8. And then 1d6. Ooh, I might as well burn the other 2. Holy cow, that was a bad roll.
Yeesh.
Oh my gosh, these are bad rolls.
Yeesh. Hey, there are worse things to roll bad on.
Okay, this is slightly better. Let's see. 22. Okay, almost all better. Okay, almost all healed up. Definitely functioning.
All right. You patch yourself up and are led up by Arabelle. And as you stand up, Arabelle gets 1 moment, and she leaves and comes back with her brother. It's best I bring them to you.
All right.
The elven man comes back in.
Well, hello. Thank you for bringing Arabelle back to us. She's only told me brief little tidbits. We've been mostly concerned with helping you, but from the little bit that she said, yes, she saved my life. You're welcome here. Rest. I'll have anything you need brought to you. Stay as long as you need to recuperate. Though, I can see that you clearly know what you're doing with those bandages. You look like you could move.
Yeah. First of all, it wasn't any trouble. Honestly, Arabelle's incredibly lucky. If I hadn't stumbled upon the lake when I did, I don't even know if... Anyway, she's very lucky.
Yes, yes, she is. And she is staying in camp for a good long while. You know, honestly, that does not sound too bad. Well, I have some search parties to call back. I just wanted to thank you personally. We can talk later.
Right. My name is Serena, by the way.
He stands up tall.
My name is Casimir. Casimir Velikov. Welcome to our camp.
And as he gives a slight low bow, you get Arabelle kind of looks at you with a warm smile, knowing that you're going to be okay, and she was really concerned, but seeing that you've stepped up with your wounds now bandaged, as these new elven friends peer in through the tent, you feel the most at home than you have ever felt.
Right.
These are the first elves that you have seen.
Yeah.
And
I mean, she was gonna remark that, well, I thought this world was just only humans. It's kind of nice to see ears like mine.
I'll bet. Well, like I've said, we'll give you a little bit of time. I know I know it is rude, but I do need to send people to call back the search parties for Arabelle and all this. You're okay. You're okay. I will be back. For now, it could take a while. Make yourself comfortable.
All right. Thank you.
all right. And he leaves, and Arabelle sits at your bedside. So you're a bard, yes?
Yes. Yeah. I sing. I play music. I tell stories and such. I normally look much more like a bard. But I've noticed that the people of this land don't really care whether they look like a burlap sack of potatoes?
One moment, and she gets up, and with a sprint in her step, bolts out. Minute goes by. 2 minutes. And she comes back with this set of light blue trousers with a very nice impact brown belt with a little gold trim on the buckle. A similar colored top with a little bit of like frills on the sleeves. And there's a little bit of accessories coming out through the pocket of like a necklace and like a little thing to put over the shoulder, like a practical like leather. So this is it's practical armor, but it's pretty.
Oh, it's better than like my garbage leather armor.
Yeah, but it's real pretty. And she gives it to you. She's like, well, this is
Even better.
This was brought back for me from one of the trading fans, but you saved my life, so enjoy.
Are you sure? Wow, this looks incredible.
It's no problem at all. You saved my life.
Wow. Oh, thank you so much. And she's gonna like change like yes, something actually pretty.
Yeah, and she helps you adorn this set of studied leather armor. You and as doing so, she's like, so yeah, you have stories, yes? Tell me some stories. And you have this moment of camaraderie, swap stories, laugh, try on this new stylish set of studded leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
forget
she
forget where you are, if only for a little bit. You feel like you don't know what's just outside that tent door. The fog, Strahd, that all just melts away.
Mm-hmm. And
And-
Serena, she's telling Arabelle about, I remember my grandmother told me a story of when she was traveling to an assassin's den, and it was deep underground.
Assassin.
And there was
no.
Yes. No, it was a whole guild. There was a lot of them too. And there was a gigantic well plummeting straight into the earth. And my grandmother was traveling with her group to meet with the leader because they had something really important going on. And then we had a guide. Well, they had a guide with her, and the guy told her, okay, so follow me very carefully because it's easy to get lost here. We have to go through one particular tunnel. And then one of her friends, who was a minotaur, just decides to swan dive into the well.
That is absolutely crazy. And she goes a little tight around the waist for that moment. Sorry. And this continues.
Yeah.
Probably for you don't even know how long. And it's nice. And as you enjoy this moment of camaraderie, forgetting about everything that is happening and feeling just unadulterated, uninterrupted joy and a sense of normalcy, being among people that look like you and apparently have a similar fashion sense to you.
Right?
That is where we are going to end tonight's session.